Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, owner of guidedpracticeroutines.com, and in today's lesson, this is routine number 2 in our 30 days of guided practice here on YouTube to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of guidedpracticeroutines.com. If you want to check us out, there is a link in the description where you can get a completely free 30-day trial, special anniversary offer to celebrate, as I say, an entire year of guidedpracticeroutines.com. I've been making guided practice routines now for 4 years, if you include all the Patreon. Hundreds of thousands of people served by these, the books on Amazon, the Patreon, and now the website. It's been so much fun making these routines. I thought it would be fun to show you a little bit more of the idea with some shorter 5-minute practice routines here for YouTube. In yesterday's video, we did minor pentatonic in 5 positions. Today, we are going to be looking at closed-voiced triads. So triad knowledge and application of those triads across the fretboard. Triads being a really big part of my visualization system. It's always been a driving force in the way that I play. If you're enjoying these lessons, hit that subscribe button and maybe check out the free trial so you can get notifications on the upcoming lessons. One of these is going up every single day, 5-minute routine where you can practice along with me and learn all of the material. On the note of learning, I addressed this yesterday, but I want to keep hammering it out. In today's lesson, we're going to be playing G major closed voice triads around our E shape, our C shape, our A shape, and then we're going to play G triads and C triads across the entirety of the neck. Now, if you heard that, understood what it was that we're doing, and can now go to your guitar and play it, good, you're at the place where you're ready to practice. If you heard what I said there, understood the idea, but need me to show you how to do it, you're not in the practice stage yet, you're in the learning stage. My entire idea behind guided practice routines is getting you to the stage where you know enough about your instrument that you don't need to learn things. You already know the things. You just then practice the things. We can't develop good knowledge on the guitar or on any musical instrument if everything that we do when we sit down to play a thing is about learning how to do it. We want to know these core foundational skills. We want to develop our ears. We want to develop connecting our fingers to our ears and having a more intuitive approach to playing the guitar. And as I say, for me, triads is a great way to do that. So let me teach you how to do this. But remember, in the long term, you want to learn this stuff so you never have to be shown it again. And then you'll be able to apply it to songs or writing your own riffs or working things out that you hear. You'll hear somebody play a thing, you'll go, oh, I know that triad form. So looking at the guitar, I teach out of a 3-position bass system. So I'm going to be doing this in the key of G, probably without the distortion. And we're going to be starting out around what I would call my E form. Now, of course, I call it an E form because it's the same as an open E, lovely and in tune. A Telecaster's ever intonated well? No. So that's my E shape form. And the beauty of this form actually spells out a G major chord. Now, a G major chord itself only contains 3 notes, G, B, and D, but I'm playing 6 notes here. So this must have more information than I need. And yeah, we have a G, a D, a G, a B, a D, and a G. So there are some doubled notes in there. I'm playing the root, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root. A G triad on its own only contains 3 notes. So I only need to play 3 notes for it to be a G. And there are lots of ways that we can play combinations of G, B, and D. But in this lesson, we're going to be playing closed voice triads. So that's where all of those 3 notes span less than an octave. So they're spelled out by this chord form. If I look at this E-shaped chord form, something you know well, the top 3 notes, B, G, D is the 3rd, 5th, and root of that G major chord. Now in this lesson, I'm going to play these all with hybrid picking. I do have a hybrid picking course on the website, along with, of course, the flagship Triad Mastery course. I like the hybrid picking thing because it allows me to be a little bit more pianistic. And I don't know if you noticed, but from the guitar, I quite like the piano. This is not a sticker, by the way. It's an actual piano in there in resin. It's made out of a piano. So I'm playing, the top 3 notes of that chord form is a G major triad. Contains my 3 notes. Now, the magic of this chord form is that if I take the note that was on top, G, and put it on the bottom, keep the other 2 notes the same, I have another triad voicing. This is, again, a G major triad. This is G major. And this is G major. Now, they're both technically different inversions, but I don't hear them as being inversions because when I play these, I don't hear this as being the bass note. I hear bo underneath it. If I put my octave pedal on, I'm imagining that bass note, even though I'm not actually playing it. I can still in my mind hear it. Boom. So this is just G to me. So G, G, and I can do it again. I can take the D that's on top, put it on the bottom. Again, spelled out by my chord form, right? Now here's where things get a little trickier. We can't do this. This is a power chord. We have to take the B that's on top, put it on the bottom, and that gives us... So around my E-shaped form, I have... Each one of these grips is a G major chord. And our first exercise, we're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. And we'll do that 4 times in total. Now I would call that my G major triads around my E-shaped form. I can do the same idea around my next G major chord, which would be my C shape. So this is 10, 9, 7, 8. But really, if you bar at the 7th fret, this would be what we would call C shape. Like that, if I play it with a bar form. Now I never play it with this, call it a hard bar. I never do that. I just fret the note on the G string. But I can visualize and see the top 3 notes of that. Right, D, G, B. All 3 notes of my G major chord again. And I can take this chord form and play these closed voice triads. Take the note that's on top, B, put it on the bottom. Take this closed voice triad, take the note that's on top, put it on the bottom. Same thing again, take this closed voice triad, G, B, D, take the D that's on top, put it on the bottom. That's my exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I could jump down and play my E shape. Now these are just chord forms I don't think about. Move up, C shape. I think can go up to my final chord form, which is going to be my A shape. 10, 12, 12, 12, 10. Again, you could play it with a bar form. It comes from our open A form. When I play it as a bar, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play 4 notes. But I know this note is on top, and that gives me G, B, D. Same thing again. I can take this chord form, take the D that's on top, put it on the bottom. Take this chord form, take the B that's on top, put it on the bottom. Take this chord form, take the G that's on top, put it on the bottom. Now, I've played 12 triad forms there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. There are no other triads on the guitar. No other closed voice triads. You could do weird things like where you play, I don't know, G, let's go G, B, D. Technically a G major, but it's open voiced. Whereas these, my closed voice triads, it's the same 12 little chord voicings that we play everywhere. So, yeah, final practice idea is to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we'll do that 4 times. Now, the more challenging idea is going to be forcing us to do that in 2 different keys. We're going to go G for 8 bars and then C for 8 bars. So I want to play G and I want to move along the neck as well as across it. So the idea here is that we should be able to take our chords and explore the neck. So if I'm playing G, I could play a G down here. This is like an open position, but we could also say that that's our, I think of it as being A shape. You might argue it's G shape. That would be caged knowledge, but for me it comes out of that A shape form, closed voice triads. So I'm going to take that, and in order to move to the next chord, there's only 2 options. I can either stay in position or change position. If I stay in position, I'll change string set. First I was playing E string, A string, D string. I changed string set, A, D, G. Or if I change position, I'll play the same string set, E, A, D string, E, A, D string. You don't do both. You don't go from this shape, because then I'm skipping. I'm changing position and string set. We're always looking to either just change string set or just change position. So I either stay in position or change position. Now the way I've done this is I'm going to change position, stay in position, change position, stay in position, change position, stay in position, change position. Come down, change position, string set, position, string set, position, and then we're back where we started. Another way of thinking of that would be, for me, I think of this as A shape. So A shape, E shape, E shape, C shape, C shape, A shape, A shape, E shape, A shape, C shape, C shape, E shape, E shape, A shape, ending. You want to be free to mix those up. I could do that in any order. Let's go. That's me, I'm improvising my way through that. But within the bounds of a set task. That's not memorization, that's application of concept. That's what I'm talking about, this idea of not memorization, but understanding. So if I can do that in G, then I should be able to do that in C. If I can see my C-shaped chord forms, so C shape, A shape, E shape, and C shape, what would stop me from playing? So C major, change position, stay in position, change position, stay in position, change position, stay in position, change position, come down, change, stay in position, change, stay in position. Now it sounds like I'm going from a G chord changing to a C chord. And back to my G chord. Now I think the fun with this is, by all means, play it the way I've written it, but then give ourselves a challenge. Could I go up G and down C? G, moving up the neck, G. And when I get here, I need to make my transition. C, let's go here. Back to G. I'm mixing up. C. G. If I wanted to, I could go C to G to C to G to C to to G to C. So what I did there was improvisation again, because I know and understand these concepts. I know that on the fly, I can improvise things like that because my knowledge of the subject is so good. That's where I want you to get with this. I don't want you to just memorize these exercises, but I appreciate that the first step is memorizing the exercises. Then from there, we have to go through the process of learning how to be able to do it, of learning how to be able to find these things, of learning how to be able to apply it to different keys, maybe even different chord sounds. We're only doing major here. Of course, all of this and more is on guidedpracticeroutines.com, so check out the free trial and you can learn this process with me. Now I'm going to play that routine in its entirety, so play along with me. And if you don't want to do that here and you want the sound slice functionality, check out that free trial. Right, let's do it.